All right, what's happening, guys? My name is Logan with West Desert Wheeler. Today we've got the Kraken rear steer Capra axle custom build out here on the rocks. We came out to a super cool spot here in Sand Hollow. This is the upper half of the Ironman buggy trail. The Ironman buggy trail is like a very extreme real rock crawling trail for the real cars, but it also has a ton of awesome terrain. So I'm gonna bring out my RC and see if we can knock out the top half of this. I brought some cars out here with a buddy not too long ago, and I found like 3 obstacles that I couldn't get through at the time. So I brought out my Kraken C3. We're gonna see if we can bust open a couple new lines here. Also try some new ones that we haven't done before. So let's get started. It's gonna be a big uphill battle. Hopefully we make some progress. We'll see how this goes. But first we need to take a look at the wheel and tire combo on this truck. Brand new J-Concepts Tusks. And I have cut and shut them to be a 5.25 inch tall tire with a 2.2 bead. The wheels, man, the wheels. Scale hardware on the beadlock rings, scale hub hardware from Vanquish. The rings are from Locked Up RC. These are spec RC 2.2s, and I had them custom Cerakoted by a guy here locally. He kind of specializes in gun stuff, and I convinced him to do some RC stuff for me. So pretty damn awesome. Excited to see how these tires do, and just, oh, I get to look at these wheels. I'm very excited. We got our buddy Sydney out here with us. She's out here roaming around. She loves to run around and find lizards. But check out where we're at. This is known by locals as the Boom Boom Room on Ironman. So we're gonna get started at the bottom of this, see if we can find some traction. This is gonna be like a yes or no thing. We'll find out pretty quick. And these tires are gonna get loaded up with sand because they're brand new J-Concepts and that's what they do. Already looking like most likely not. So this truck is not a wheel speed monster. That was a pretty decent attempt though. The inserts I'm using for these Tusk cut and shut tires are actually SL3D RC BF Goodrich cut and shut inserts. SL3D makes a custom insert for my specific size cut and shuts. Now the Trepidor cut and shuts and the BFGs are a different size, so they are listed on SL3D's website. So we took a bypass on line number 1. Just wasn't quite finding the traction today. Possibly, again, if it was a little more dry, if it was a little bit warmer. It hasn't rained very recently, but we're in the middle of winter down here, so if it does rain, the water sticks in the rocks for a while. But luckily with this V-notch, we should be able to get a little more pressure on the tires, get a little more traction out of them. Use the shoulders of the tires. Now again, these are brand new tires, so maybe they may take a little time to break the oil off, get working a little better. Hopefully that's the case, and by the end of the video, we're getting more traction. With these spec wheels, they recently did a run on 2.2s. I ended up grabbing 3 sets of spec RC wheels, and I really appreciate the support from spec RC. I went with 475 hubs on these. And this is a pretty wide track width on the Capra. But these wheels are also 1 inch wide, whereas my standard set I ran for a long time was 1.25 wide. Okay guys, my Flysky GT5 battery is low and now it's beeping and hollering at me and vibrating. It's the most annoying feature on the Flysky. Your battery's low, so it starts vibrating and making noise. Like, that's good for battery life, right? I wish you could disable that, but I don't know how. So here we go. Gonna climb up this line. I'm gonna go grab some batteries so I don't annoy you guys for the rest of the video. Nice clean pull there. Tires are working. Excited to get into these next couple hard lines that I've been on before and see if we can make it happen today. What are you doing, Goober? Hi. Hi. Say hello to everybody. So, got new batteries in the controller. We are ready to rip. Speaking of batteries, I am running a 1300 milliamp 3S pack. Who makes this guy? I don't remember who makes this one actually. I just got it, but it's a 120C discharge on this little guy. So, I don't know how accurate those numbers are, but I mean, it sounds good on paper, right? So where I'm running dual servos, and a brushless system that I like to get all bound up and then throttle through. Seems like a good idea to have a lot of power on tap. All right. I'm quite confident I can't make it out the top of this obstacle. We'll put tires on it and fail, and then we'll move on. But should be able to at least get up this. I love the Flysky GT5 with its top potentiometer knob. Just gives me ultra fine control of being able to turn the rear steer where and when I want. Nice, caught that front tire on that rock in there. I was able to actually make the suspension bind just a little. I bound the car up to my advantage. So now if we turn into that rock, use the body a little bit, take some pressure off that left rear, that's how it's done. So it's up above this point that I can't really get. Maybe with the wider truck, maybe, but I doubt it. No. Unless we can get it to climb. Hey, maybe. Rear's just falling in. So I don't really know what to do to make that work. I had a bite on it for a second. That was pretty close, actually. This is why I came here, to fight difficult obstacles. Unfortunately, I just don't see it happening. Whoa, whoa. Maybe. Uh-oh, we're gonna get ourselves in trouble. So that front right needs to come up the wall, but that's gonna push our entire wheelbase backwards if I do that. Or one of the rears is gonna fall in. Okay, well, our front end fell off. I can get 3 over on that wall, but I cannot get the 4th up. I mean, this is wild. Just being the rear is turned like that, it makes it narrower. Shit, maybe. It just keeps giving me little glimmers of like, maybe. Hello, Sydney. Dropping in. These Reefs RC servos, man, these ones in particular get really abused. Got a smart 900 in the front and a 777 in the rear. It's just too light in the front now, we're losing it. Both front tires in the air, no big deal. It's a little too steep, so we're gonna move on from this one. It's real wild, but we got a little further than I thought, actually. This one does not look that hard. Like, it looks like you just balance it like any other crack and drive through. But last time I was here, I could not get this. It was just a perfect combination of, like, I would get bound up. So maybe with a little bit wider truck, it'll change things. We're actually already tracking pretty good to get through here. That scale hardware doesn't help in canyons like this, but it does look really cool. And apparently I chose look cool. Okay, there we go. That's the first time I've made it up that far before. Now we gotta get out. Still just technical and tricky. You really gotta get tire placement right through there. Oh, come on. There it is. All right, that was all tusk right there. That was just raw traction on a flat, slick surface. Need a little more of that. All right, guys, we broke one through. That was awesome. The next one is real tough and looks ridiculous. It doesn't even look possible, but I've actually gotten further than you'd think. So you're faced with this big wall and you're like, well, that looks pretty steep. And this is where we're going. We're going in this little corner pocket. I saw this originally and I was like, nah, that won't work. But also me, that's the kind of stuff that I like to just put tires on. And we got pretty far up in there. So let's see if we can dig our way out of that hole. Now that was when my Trepidors were brand new. So curious to see how these tusks do versus the Trepidors. That didn't work out. There's a bind in here on that front passenger, and I can't remember exactly the combo. I had to figure out how to get it to work last time. And there's a little wall just like that. You can get it to climb. And then it's a combination of the rear too. right. Damn. Okay, so we got the fronts up. Now you gotta steer away with the rear, bring it all the way out, and then turn back into it with the rear. It's gonna let go. Get out of here. Get out of here. There it is, all the way up. I mean, like, this truck is basically vertical in here. Now, it's a little wider than last time, which actually should play to our advantage. So, we need to get that front right to stick on the wall and not let it fall in and down. This is the hard part. I've gotten it to this point quite a few times with the trepidors, and I could never get it to stay up. This is all bad news from here. Because once you're down in the hole, it doesn't really work. But if you could get up and balanced, I've set the truck up there and balanced, it could drive out. As the hole gets deeper and steeper. Oh, we lost something. Something broke. Let's take a look. Well, unfortunately, part of playing the game of let's bind up the truck and throttle through it, you lose portal gears. This is a factory portal gear in the rear. We have machined standard ratio in the front. The transmission creates all the overdrive in this truck. The only extra set I had was stock Capras, so I put those in the rear, and I've now killed 2 sets of the stock ones. So unfortunately, we lost a portal gear. Truck won't go anywhere, so that's going to end out this video. That was a good effort, though. We did get through the first obstacle that I hadn't made before. The second one remains unbroken, and then we've got another one that I didn't even make it to. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you enjoyed the content. My name's Logan with West Desert Wheeler. We'll see you guys in the next one. Keep the rubber side down.